Israel and Aram have long alternated between outright war and uneasy peace. The warmongering king of Aram chafes at the current truce with Israel. We'll cut off the food supply to Samaria, then we'll surround it and starve the people into surrender. Excellent! The longer they hold out, the easier it will be to conquer them. So, the Aramean army pitches its tents around the walls of Samaria and waits. I wonder how long they can hold out. The city makes a brave stand to hold out, but as the months pass and no food is allowed through the gates, the Israelites are reduced to eating donkey heads and bird droppings, and worse. The people plead for the king to take action. Our children, we're so weak now. They defeat us easily. I'd rather take my chances fighting the enemy than starve to death. This is the moment the Queen Mother Jezebel has been waiting for. Your people are starving, and what is Elisha's God doing about it? Nothing. Get rid of Elisha and call on my God, Baal. You're right, Mother. I'll order him to be put to death. But Elisha has no fear of the weak king who weavers between God and Baal. This siege is not the Lord's fault. It is Israel's own punishment for not staying faithful to God. Nevertheless, the Lord says there will be enough food for everyone tomorrow. Meanwhile, 4 lepers exiled outside the city ponder their fate. I'm starving. What can you do? There's no food in the city. The Aramean soldiers are the only ones with food around here. Then let's go over to the Aramean camp. Maybe they'll give us something to eat. If we stay here, we'll die. If we surrender to the soldiers, we might die, but they also might have mercy on us and feed us. Either way, we have nothing to lose. In desperation, the 4 hungry lepers approach the Aramean camp. Something strange is going on. There's not a guard in sight. Maybe it's a trap. Maybe it is, but it's this or starve to death. I'd rather die quickly than slowly. How can I surrender without a guard to surrender to? There's nobody there, but they left all their food and their stuff. Look, gold, we're rich. For a while, the lepers revel in their good fortune, but then, it's probably not right to keep all of this food from the starving people in this city. If we don't share the good news, people might blame us. The lepers go back to the city and pound on the gates until a guard answers. The Arameans are gone. Gone where? We don't know. We just ate their food. Roused from his bed, King Joram receives the news and calls for his advisors. It must be a trap. The Arameans are waiting in ambush to capture us if we leave the city. Maybe, but let's send out a few men to see what's going on. The king's men confirm that the enemy camp is empty, then quickly pick up the Aramean trail by following the clothing, weapons, and vessels dropped along the way. What could have happened to make trained soldiers throw away their weapons and run for their lives? Look, more shields. The Arameans were running away so fast, they didn't want anything to slow them down. The Israelite scouts follow the fleeing Aramean army to the Jordan River. Along the way, they overtake one of the enemy soldiers. Pull up. Here's one who dropped behind. Maybe he can tell us what happened. Why did the Arameans desert camp in the middle of the night? We were going to be attacked. We thought the Hittites were coming from the north and the Egyptians from the south to trap us. There were no signs of any other army. You saw them? We heard them, and that was enough. Back in Samaria, The starving Israelites rushed out to the Aramean camp, eat their fill, and haul the rest of the food back to the city. You said there would be enough food, Elisha, but I didn't believe you. It was the Lord who promised the food, and you can always count on the promises of God.